Hi, everybody. Welcome tonight. This is Cooking with Tupperware and Champion. We're thrilled to have you here this evening. And we are all about making a 1-hour show for you every single Tuesday night. And so you can get some great ideas on how to use your Tupperware you have in your kitchen. And so we go to three kitchens every week, three kitchens every week. And tonight we're going to go to 5-star director Ellen Lewis and 3-star director Amy Gardner, and right here at the Business Leaders Home, Pam Clift, Pam and Jim Clift. My name is Pam Clift. I am the business leader here at Champion Enterprises, and what I love most is about the Tupperware business is the fact that we really are a company that have three wonderful things going for us: the people, the product, and the plan. Yes, we have a wonderful product, and I'm so proud of our Tupperware product, and I love our Tupperware plan. And the plan meaning a full package meaning that we have a great plan for consumers and a great hostess plan, and we have a great business plan for all new members that would like to join our business. So as you look us over tonight and you say, I love this, I love this, I love this, well, know that the best price we can give you is the opportunity. And so if you see way too much stuff you want, let me just tell you, when I joined the Tupperware business a few years ago, like 39 years ago, I joined because there was so much stuff I wanted. I needed to have a discount. I needed to have a buyer's club. I needed to get a better deal than full price. And so I had a Tupperware party, gotten a lot of stuff at a really good price, but I needed even more discounts. And so I needed a way to afford my new addiction. And so that's when I decided to go ahead and jump on board and give Tupperware a try. Honestly, I came in to quit. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I came in thinking I'm just going to go ahead and get everything I want in my own kitchen, and I'm going to get out. And you know what? I say that to you with full honesty. And I just want to be honest with you and let you know that when I joined, I had fullest intention to walk away in a few short weeks. And guess what happened? I fell in love with more than just the product. I fell in love with the people, and I fell in love with the plan. And so as you look us over tonight and you say, hey, this could be more, then I want you to know that 2022 could be something exciting for you, way more than just the recipes we're sharing tonight. And so we don't like to give you way too much information tonight because we want you to come to us if you want to hear more. But I will tell you that you can get $350 for the Tupperware for only the low price of $119. Or you can come in with no product at all and just use all the products you already have or the product you've already purchased just recently, and start us out with just a virtual opportunity and get your own product at a discount for only $15. So your choices, you get to choose. And as we get started tonight, we love to do trivia tonight, and we love to give away free stuff. And so if you like free Tupperware, your chance to get free Tupperware comes a whole lot easier if you let us know you're here. So put in the chat your name and who invited you tonight, and so that we can make sure you get some opportunity to get some free Tupperware. If you're a guest, say I'm a guest and your name and who you're a guest with. And if you are a host, put I'm a host, your name, and who your Tupperware rep is. And so that we can make sure that we get you in the host drawing. Now, the guest drawing is certainly free Tupperware and you want to win, but the host drawing, we always give a little more to our host, and the host is always in for the big gifts. Speaking of big gifts, our hosts get to choose anything they want in the Tupperware catalog, up to 3 items with the largest Tupperware parties, and it keeps getting better and better for half price. That's right, half price. Wouldn't you love to go through the Tupperware catalog or through the website and pick anything you want and get it for 50% off? That's pretty cool, right? Well, that's something that Tupperware reps get to do quite often, actually. And right now, our sampling is open for all of our reps for all of our new stuff for January. Woo, it's so much fun because we get the sell price minus an additional 35%. So it's really fun to be a Tupperware rep. with Tupperware at this time of year when our new lines are coming out. Speaking of all of our hosts tonight, we want you to know this host gift special that you can get. Oh, I love this. I love it, love it, love it. You know why? I love big bowls and I cannot lie. And I'll share with you what's really, really cool about this great big bowl here on the bottom. It's perfect for a big fruit salad. It's great for a big toast salad. It's really, really nice when you want to make a whole lot of cookies. If you're making, it's great for trick or treat and it's all that kind of stuff. When you've got to have a big bowl for something really big, it is going to be really large. It's super pretty too. Isn't it a pretty color? This big bowl is a 40-cup bowl. So that's a lot of cups, right? And, you know, I have a recipe. I love to make great big mixes. And I do make a cookie mix recipe where all I have to do then is I store the cookie mix in my large modular mates that I have in my pantry. And my modular mate line, so if you know about the modular mates, it's our complete food organization system. I store my cookie mix in there. And so I never buy a cookie mix box because my cookie mix is something I make from the Crisco and the flour and the sugar and everything I add together. And I make my own make-a-mix cookie mix. And so when I make it in this great big bowl. Then I just take 2 cups of that and then 1 egg and a teaspoon of vanilla, mix it together, and I'm ready to make my sugar cookies. And it's so quick and so easy. And I've done that for years, even when the kids were little. I could whip up those cookies so fast, and I could be making homemade pressed cookies in no time at all. And then I have this size, and this bowl is a really great size bowl. This is actually 25-cup bowl, and so it's a nice size for making a great big desserts that you need to make, because that's still a lot, all right? 25.5-cup bowl is still a lot. So your larger cookie recipes and big desserts. Now this bowl is a whole cake mix, it's a whole cookie mix, it's regular recipe mix that you're making all the time. This guy is, I believe it is 16 cups, and I can pull that over and tell you. The measurements are on the bottom, 14-cup bowl. And so it is still a very nice bowl. I will tell you one of my favorite reasons I love this bowl, and you're going to want to do this to all of our hosts out there. You use this bowl because it's the perfect shape of the bottom of a watermelon. And so you use this bowl and you line the inside of it with lime sherbet. And then you line that with lemon sherbet and chocolate, and then raspberry sherbet and chocolate chips, and raspberry sherbet and chocolate chips. Then you put your seal on, you walk your seal all the way around. Now remember, when you have a round seal in Tupperware, you make sure you burp the bowl. I know you haven't heard that word for a long time in Tupperware, but I still use it, burp the bowl, all right? You let the excess air out. And when you see a round seal, you know that if it's round, make a sound with the square, leave the air. That means if it's round, you're going to have an airtight and liquid tight seal. You can put this in the refrigerator like this, on its side, on its belly, it's never going to leak. But if it's square, you don't have a liquid tight, you have an airtight container only, not a liquid tight container. It's science, okay? Well, I will tell you, whether you put it in the refrigerator like this, whatever, you need to put it in the freezer for a couple hours for it to get good and hard. And then you'll pull that out and put that down in warm water really quick. And then you take off the seal and you put your serving platter right there. When you put your serving platter on there, it'll come out and it looks just like homemade watermelon. When you slice that, it's so pretty. And it looks like you've been watching way too much cooking TV, right? Because it's so cute. I like to take it and go ahead and put a little Cool Whip or whatever on it. It's really delicious and very, very pretty for the family. They'll love it this holiday season. Say, oh, I decided to make watermelon for the Christmas. It's so cute. Now, that is fun, but there's more. I love to use this set of bowls for really practical things all summer, all winter, and making homemade cookies and all that kind of stuff is always a fun treat for the family. But we have this little part that comes up. Now, if you want to take this and make your own zest with your lemon for your cookies, you want to add a little lemon in there, it makes it a great cookie. Catching your egg white or your egg yolk, also catching your lemon juice or your orange juice or your lime juice, you could do that. This is called a kitchen made, and it really does do the work for you, and it has all kinds of pieces that really work for you. And then you have your scooper, whether you're making a little a little scoop, big scoop, or a really big scoop. You've got all kinds of different size scoops that really become practical. Now this comes off, and so you can just slide those on, makes it really practical. And then the last thing you have is this cover. This cover goes on this bowl, and that becomes a strainer right here on this side, so you can strain any excess juices off. Or you can use this piece where this actually mounts, all of these pieces mount right on top of here. And if you're baking and you need that lemon juice inside your recipe, or if you need egg white or egg yolks inside a recipe, it's easy to do. The other thing is your electric mixer would go inside of there and go ahead and beat with your electric mixer, which is so smart, so cool. And you don't have to worry about having a lot of splashing if you have a thin batter that you're working with. Now it's time for us to find out how many people we have on. Let's give away our first gift. So Jessica, how many people we have on tonight so far?
18.
18, all right. So Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 18.
Here's a number between 1 and 18. It's 1.
1.
Well, number 1 is Sarah Toller with me.
Sarah, congratulations. Yay, you're our first winner tonight on our cooking show. Congratulations, and we'll make sure you get some free Tupperware. And Jessica will make sure I get your address to send it out to you. Congratulations for being our first winner tonight. I think you're actually our first winner, number 1 ever. All right, that is really cool. All right, and we're going to turn it over right now to Ellen Lewis, our 5-star director, in her kitchen. What are you making tonight, Ellen?
Hi, everybody. I am making an Italian tomato sauce, and it's vegetarian. It actually can be made vegan. So for anybody who knows somebody, whether you're a vegan or maybe you have somebody coming over for the holidays that's a vegan and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I feed them? This is a great option. And depending upon what type of noodles or whatever you put it on, it can definitely be low carb or no carb. Okay, so lots of different things that it covers with this one simple recipe, and lots of veggies, so that's really good. And the kids don't even realize how many veggies are in it, which is awesome. So this is a recipe that my sister had years ago before I was even married. She cooked this for me, and I was like, I need that recipe, and it is so good. So I have already gone ahead. I'm going to tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing here. I've already chopped some onions, right? So it's a medium onion and 1 stalk of celery, right? So I used my chopper for that, and I just chopped it up right in there. Super simple and easy. This recipe is one of those recipes that I used to do before Tupperware that would take a lot more time because I had to do all the cutting, right? But now it's super easy. So also what else goes in there is a carrot. And I don't know if you know this or not, but our peelers, which are super simple and easy to use, they're left hand, right hand, all of that, but it works both ways. So you can just make quick work with peeling. You don't have to just, you know when you go like that. Okay, so how many of you have ever, because I know I'm not the only one, caught your knuckle while you're peeling, right? Well, that won't happen with this one because you can leave it right on the carrot. You're not even lifting it up. How awesome is that, right? So yeah, lots of cool things. We love our gadgets here at Tupperware, right? I'm going to finish peeling this really quick. I already have it all washed up, so I'm just going to peel it, push that aside. I'm just going to cut the tips off, and then I'm going to throw this into my chopper as well. And like I said, it's just going to make it nice and easy. I'm going to cut these ones a little bit smaller. All right, I'm going to throw this in the chopper. I'm going to chop this up. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat on. I'm going to saute these veggies for about 10 minutes. I just kind of want them to get soft. You do not want them to brown. It'll alter the flavor of your sauce. So this is how our chopper works. And it's so easy. This was one of those things that it came in my kit. And I was like, it was a different version, but it was a chopper. And I was like, I don't need a chopper. I've got a Cuisinart, right? I've got a food processor. I don't need and I've got really nice knives. I don't need a chopper. It saves me so much time in the kitchen, and I just absolutely love using it. All right, I'm going to chop this real quick. So you just pull the string right here. I kind of blocked it. I'm sorry. You kind of pull this string right here, and that's what turns the blades around. So you saw me put those chunks of carrot in there, right? And now it looks like that. All right. So easy. My spatula's in here. All right. So I'm going to put the carrots in there, and I'm going to get that sauteing while I go ahead and keep prepping the other things. All right. So we got that going. All right, and we're going to come back to the chopper later. You're going to see that because I'm going to do half the recipe now, and then they'll come back to me at the end so you can see it all kind of come together really nicely. So we have those veggies sauteing. Just like I said, keep an eye on them. I just put some avocado oil in there. I like to cook with avocado oil. You can cook with olive oil. Both of those are considered vegan if you're going for the vegan route. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want. But they're really good oils for you, good fats. So it's important to just kind of, pay attention to the oils that you're using. And so, yeah, so we have that. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to mince some garlic. All right. And so I have look at this garlic keeper. Love it. And if you love it too, you definitely want to keep in touch with your consultant. All right. So I need 2 cloves. All right. And the thing I love about this is it works really well with our potato and onion bins. I just set it right on top. I make a tower. So I have potatoes, onions. I actually have 2 things of onions because I like onions. So I have red onions, white onions, and then I have this right on top, and it keeps them nice. It allows the airflow, which is what you want, and it's a cool, dark place, right? And so that's a perfect environment for your garlic. All right. So I am I'm gonna take the tips off of these. You don't actually need to. With our garlic presses, you can actually press it with the skin and everything on, and it peels it and does everything for you. So we'll just do that. All right, so I just put those right in there, right? And you just press the garlic right out of there, right? And what I do is I just take my knife and I just kind of get it right off of there. Boom, done, right? And then there's all your peel and all that stuff, and get it out of the way. So it calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3 because that one was really small, right? So I just am going to throw another one in there, and I dropped one on the floor, but I'm not going to. Oh my gosh, these are super small. Maybe I'll do 2 more. All right. And you do that to taste, you know your taste, the taste of the people that you're cooking for. So of course you just kind of want to customize any recipe to whoever the people you're cooking for is, right? All right, so I'm going to just rest that right over there. I'm going to get these things out of my way. All right, and so I'm going to put my garlic, I'm going to leave my garlic just right here in the corner. All right, because the next thing once this kind of softens a little bit, we're going to add that in the next step. All right, so let me just stir this around, make sure I'm paying attention to it. All right, and our spatulas are heat resistant. That's one of the things I love about them, because you can just use them in your pans, and you can use them all over the place, and you don't have to worry about them melting or getting all weird. So I'm going to leave that there. So we have our garlic ready to go for the next step. And then also we are going to use tomatoes. You can use whole tomatoes, diced tomatoes, use whatever you got on hand, whatever type of canned tomatoes you got on hand, just use those. So don't stress about if you have the right tomatoes, right? Because in the end, you're going to see what we do, and it doesn't really matter. All right, so I'm going to use our can opener. And even though this has a peel top, the peel top leaves a sharp edge on the inside. And what I found is that it has a tendency to cut my spatulas. And I'm like, God, I don't want my spatulas cut. So I always make sure to use my can opener, even if it does have a peel back top, just because it keeps it nice and safe for everybody. And you'll see that in just a second. So you just want to, you take it like this, right? And see those 2 wheels right there? You're going to put the edge right through those 2 wheels. And when you get good at it, you don't even have to look, right? You can feel it. And you just spin, 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 and you'll feel it kind of click or release when you get around to where you've already been, right? All right. And then this little thing on the top, you see it right there? Yeah, that guy, right? We're just going to hook that right on the edge and then close the handles one more time. Oops. Sorry, wrong step. Just peel this right off. And see, it's not sharp here. This isn't sharp here. And so you don't have to worry about hurting yourself. Or if you have helpers that are taking stuff to the recycle bin for you, you don't have to worry about them cutting themselves either. Do you know one of the biggest injuries that come into the veterinarian's office is lacerations to the inside of an animal's mouth from something they got into. Usually something in the garbage. So something like a can, if you have little furry friends at your house, if they like to get into the garbage, you do not want to have those sharp edges for them to cut themselves on and hurt themselves, right? So it's really important to, to just be mindful of that. And I don't know, have any of you ever cut yourself on a can? I think I've cut myself on one of the peel back ones because sometimes it releases and kind of springs back and gets you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I think these are pretty soft because I cut them so small, so they're like getting nice and tender really quickly, which is really good. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the tomatoes in there. We're going to do that, and I'm going to throw my garlic in there. Yum. I love fresh ingredients. I love fresh ingredients so much. That is primarily what I cook with in my house, just because I just love the flavor of all those amazing fresh ingredients. And to the point when you start eating really clean like that, you notice when you're eating something with a lot of preservatives, it has like a funny flavor sometimes. And then sometimes it even just kind of upsets your stomach a little bit. And so anytime you can cook with fresh is always best. It's so good for you and it makes you feel good, right? All right. So the other thing we need for this, because we're going to let this simmer here in just a minute. Let me turn that down. I've got my water going for the noodles. This is our family's dinner. Everybody's waiting. All right, so this is our Italian seasoning, and I will be posting the recipe for this. This is our Tupperware Italian seasoning. So tasty. If you don't have this, you can just simply use like some oregano and basil, right? But the recipe is super easy. And the cool thing about this recipe, I love making my own blends of like meat rubs and things like this, onion soups, things along those lines. I love making them because a lot of the blends, they have extra things in them. And I have some food issues. And so some of the things that I have problems with sometimes are hidden in those things and they don't belong there. So I don't know why they're there, but if I can make it myself, I know that it is going to be the best, right? And so I can also go ahead and I can make it all organic if I want. So, you know, you have those choices and you can do it in a much more affordable way. So the last ingredient we're going to throw in there, oh, we need a bay leaf. We need a bay leaf. All right, last thing, oh, come on. All right, there we go. The last ingredient we're going to throw in there is I'm going to do about half a cup of vegetable broth. You can also use water. All right. And so I'm just going to use half a cup of vegetable broth because I just always like more flavor. If I can add more flavor, I'm going to put more flavor in, right? I don't like spicy stuff, but I certainly like a lot of flavor, especially coming from my veggies, you know? So, all right. So that is done. That is all we're doing with that right now. And it is going to simmer for about 20 minutes. So Pam will come back and then you'll see how we wrap this all together. And it's so quick and easy. And a lot of times for the holidays, you know, instead of grabbing a freezer pizza or something like that, right? This is a quick and easy recipe. And a lot of times you have everything on hand, onions, carrots, celery. You have those things on hand, especially if you're making any sort of stuffing for the holiday, you have it on hand. So it's easy to throw all this stuff together and just make a really healthy, flavorful meal for your family. So, all right, Pam, I'm not sure who's next.
I'm going to go next, but I'm doing half of my recipe and jumping back to me too. And then we're going over to Amy. So I'm also using a piece of our cookware and I've already started. And so you can see a little bit of the fat residue left in my cookware. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our outstanding cookware. And I noticed Ellen did as well. I absolutely love this particular skillet. It's in our line. It's $199 and worth every penny. Our cookware has hollow handles. And whether you buy a piece of cookware that does come with the glass cover, this piece of cookware does not. It is just a big frying pan. I love the small rim on it and how it's made because it's perfect for my frittata that I'm going to make right now. But I will also share with you that our cookware is designed to be like none other, all right? You know, you hear about 3-ply and how phenomenal it is. We have an amazing core that is made out of aluminum, and it will heat 3 times faster than 3-ply. And so it will heat faster and cool faster, which means more savings on electricity. It will cook on all of the heating types. If you have whatever heating elements that you have on your stove, it's going to cook on there. It's going to cook on all 4 or 5, I think there's about 5 different kind of cooktops out there. It's going to cook on all of them. And so you're going to be very happy with that. I love that the handles do stay cool, but know that when you put it in the oven, because you can up to 482 degrees, when you put it in the oven, it will get hot, all right? And so the handles will get hot when they go in the oven. You're gonna love the cookware. And I will just tell you, warning, when you buy one piece, it's addicting. You're going to find out that you want more, and you're gonna want the full set. And I will tell all of our hostesses, you can find it in our Tupperware catalog, and you'll find that the entire set, there's a couple different combinations of cookware in our line. The largest set that we have is, I believe, is $707. And you can get that whole set for half price if you would choose it as one of your half price items. I know that's crazy, right? But it's legit, all right? And so you need to know that, because that is something that you're entitled to for being a host with us. And it doesn't matter if you have a little party or a big party. If you have a Tupperware party and you have earned a half price item, you get it, all right? And you earn your first half price item at $250 Tupperware party. So that's pretty easy. Another thing you might want to look at, as I noticed Ellen was using it too. Honestly, if you have our Good Chef Series knife in your kitchen, you really don't have to have another knife in your kitchen. Now, I do have the other knives in my kitchen, and I do love them all. But the Chef Series knife is the workhorse in the kitchen. And I love our blades because our covers, because they keep our knives sharp for us in the drawer and outside. Never put any knives. I don't care what brand you buy. Do not put your knives in the dishwasher. They will dull in the dishwasher, and you'll constantly sharpen your knives. I pulled out the onion, and I was just chopping the onion on. By the way, these little cutting boards are very inexpensive. You'll find them on the clearance part. If you look underneath the holiday specials, you'll find a couple of these cutting boards there. You want to go there because you can find all kinds of really cool deals right now. So if you're a guest with your party right now, you need to go look there when you're placing your order underneath holiday specials, because there are some really crazy good deals. In fact, this cutting board is like a yellow color, green color, and it's there just the exact same one, just a different color, with like a press that you can use for like making your own pierogies or making your own crustless peanut butter jelly sandwich. And it's like $7, six something, I think it is. It's crazy. I bought a couple of them for stocking stuffers for my daughters. So what I'm doing, you saw Ellen use the big press. I just threw some onion in here, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, and I am going to close that up and watch how fast this is. So you see, literally look at that, the big onion, and I am going to lock it in. I don't want to cry when I'm making supper every night. So I'm going to lock it in, and all you do is, you pull, and when you pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are done. All right. If you pull too many times, you will have soup. All right. And so that is very, very fast. Would you not agree? And so onions are done. And then over here, I have my cheese. And I love our master system. Now, our master system, you can grade cheese, you can grade chocolate, really, really hard bark chocolate. You can grade coffee beans in here. It's crazy, I know. But you can grade anything you want to grade in here. You lock it into position, and then you put it into place. It comes apart very easy for easy cleaning. And so the base, once you lock that base into position, I decided I'm going to turn it so you guys can really see how it grades. But once you lock that into position, I swear to you, I think I could pick up my countertop with it because it's not going anywhere, all right? And you can see, now I've got the finer grade inside of here right now, so you can see how quick and easy and fast that's going to come out of there on the finer grade. And it grades your cheese in no time at all. So much healthier for you to have your home graded cheese instead of store-bought graded cheese. When you buy store-bought graded cheese, when you just look at it, you can see the white on it. It's not mold, but the whiteness on it is the covering that they put on it to keep it from sticking together. And it is not necessarily tasty, all right? It actually is the bark. It's actually wood pulpy in it. It's not that bad for you, but I don't want to eat it. And it does change the flavor of your food. It also changes the structure of your food when you make food, like sauces and stuff like that. It definitely will change the structure of food. So what we're going to do is I'm seriously just going to brown up the onions, and I've got peppers that I'm going to brown up. My bacon is already done, and that's why I'd already done in the skillet. And then I'm going to go ahead and come back to me in just a little bit, but we're going to make a really fun frittata with the, I have 8 eggs and I have a little bit of cream, but I put that in there, and we're going to add our cheese, and it says about a cup of cheese. So I like cheese. I don't know about you, but the cheese is like the most important part of my frittata. And it also says the third of an onion. And so I did cut off a third of an onion. And I didn't have a spatula here. What I did, oh, here's my spatula. I love our spatula. This spatula actually goes with this host gift special, by the way. And I'll tell you, the spatula is heat resistant, and that's why I could use it to turn the bacon with as well. And so very easy to do. And this is actually our whisk. This is in the line right now, and it is for sale in the line, but guess where else it is? It's actually in the holiday specials too. And it's in the holiday specials for a crazy low price. And so make sure you look in the holiday specials, because some of that stuff is in the out there twice, actually, in the full line and over on the holiday specials. So you want to look twice, all right? And so once I am done browning up my onions and getting them done with the garlic, I am going to add the bacon in this, and then we are ready to go. And we are going to pop this in the oven. And that's what's so cool about our cookware, is it certainly goes right from the top of the stove to in the stove, and it only cooks in the oven about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how, I just test it and look at it to see how long, and it's delicious. And guess what? The best part about this frittata, tomorrow morning it heats up so great. And I put my tomatoes right on top. I don't like to put them down inside. I sprinkle them right on top, and they cook right on top, and they look so pretty. And this is my peppers that are going inside as well. It's so healthy and delicious. And honestly, sometimes I do just all vegetables. And do know, when you are making a frittata like this, if you had, like the other night we had Brussels sprouts and potatoes, and I like to just put it out on my silicone mat inside my oven and sprinkle it with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of garlic powder or just fresh garlic. And I brown those in the oven at about, 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And they're so yummy and delicious, but we had some left over. I put them in a frittata the next morning. Delicious. So quick and easy and fun. And so let's take it over to Amy. Amy, it's your turn. And she's our 3-star director, Amy Gardner.
Hey everybody, Amy Gardner here. I am really excited. So I am making one of my favorite things. Well, I haven't had it in a really long time. So, but every Christmas we would go to my grandma's. She would always have a plate of cookies, right? And so on that plate, I can always remember going and grabbing the little white ones, that are covered in powdered sugar. I never knew the name of that cookie. Well, it is called, or at least the recipe I found is called a pecan. Oh gosh, now I forget. I should have wrote it down. Pecan melts, because they melt in your mouth, and they really do. All right, so, but I am using our whipping mix. I love this whipping mix. So I use this all the time for whipping up frostings or just like whipped cream or batters like fudge. You can do fudge in here. You do brownie batters in here, and it's awesome because a lot of whippers are not that strong to whip around for those more dense. But for this, it does. Now, I actually already started this only because you need to whip up butter and sugar for 5 to 7 minutes. And I don't think you really want to sit here and watch me for 5 to 7 minutes, right? So I went ahead and did it in here. And now you're going to use a cup of soft butter, all right, and a half a cup of powdered sugar. And there we go. It looks just like that. Isn't that awesome? It tastes pretty good too. But anyway, so I went ahead and did that already, and we're going to add to it a teaspoon of vanilla. And what I like about this is that it does have a little funnel on the top. So I don't have to worry about taking this out and trying to put my whisks up so that I don't make a mess. Chances are I'm going to make a mess. I usually almost always have powdered sugar on me. So, or flour, you can ask my kids. And I learned that it's okay if it happens, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pour teaspoon. I use pure vanilla. Whatever it is that you have on hand, go ahead and use. So it's just 1 teaspoon of the vanilla, and then we're going to whip that in. And you can see it running down the side and right down into there. And it does have 2 gears on here. So there's gear, here I can take this out now. There's gear 1 and gear 2. Now, if I were to put it on gear 1, it's kind of hard. But when you put it on gear 2, it makes it really easy. So definitely when you're doing your butter, you want to make sure that you are putting it on that other gear. All right. So, and I had my husband help me earlier, actually, because I was helping the kiddos. We were decorating cookies that time of year where we do cookies. But so anyway, we were decorating cookies and I'm like, okay, so it might be a little bit hard, just like go back and forth and it'll end up being okay. So there was 2 sticks of butter in there and some sugar. And I'm gonna have to take this out anyway to add my flour. All right, but so in the flour, it's 2 1/4 cups of flour. All right, and I'm not gonna put it all in at one time. And there is a 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. All right. So I went ahead and put about 1/2 of that mixture in here, just because you don't want to overload your whipper. And I love, okay, so I use the rectangles for my baking goods, my sea salt, my powdered sugar, my flour. I have nuts over here, but I use it for all kinds of things. And it's not just for my baking goods. So you can use it in your pantry too, for things like your pretzels and your chips, crackers, cookies, all of those wonderful things. All right. And it's getting crumbly, which is good. All right. We're going to go ahead and add some more flour. Oops. And yeah, I'm making a mess. But you know what? Messes are fine because we can clean them up. And we do have some amazing towels. If you don't know, we have some really great towels that are really great for when you, especially when you have little spills. I have 3 kids, and so they are 5, 11, and 13. And my 5-year-old the other day was trying to, I'm getting some of this cookie, put that back in. All right, but my 5-year-old the other day was trying to put one of the seals on his cup. And well, we have to do our nuts. I almost forgot about the nuts. That's like the main thing. But anyway, he dumped it over by accident. You know, he's fine. It happens. And so what happened then was my husband grabbed the cup and picked it up. And then I grabbed our towel that's they're microfiber towels, and I soaked up all that water with the towel. They soak up 2 cups of water. And it got it all up and we were good to go. So I am also using our, this is actually called Supersonic Chopper. And this thing is amazing. Amazing. Like you saw Pam chop up those onions and the carrots, right? Or not carrots. That was Ellen. Ellen chopped up carrots. But it's great for doing that, for chopping up all kinds of things. I use them all the time. So we're actually going to chop up some nuts. And I'm using pecans. Now, if you don't like pecans, you can definitely use hazelnuts, or you can use macadamia, whatever it is that you like, go ahead. Almonds. But I am using pecans because this is what my grandma always had, were these little cookies with pecans in them. And so I'm so excited. So I have 3/4 of a cup of pecans, and they're just pecan halves. All right, we'll put them in here, and I'm going to pull the cord about 10 times. So it might be a little bit loud, but we'll see. All right, so I like them chopped pretty good. Okay, and look at that. It's perfect. I don't have to do it anymore. And that was exactly 10 pulls. Now these are 3 different heights. All right, there is the top 2. Those blades are winged, so they're pushing all the nuts back down, and then the bottom one is chopping the ones on the bottom. So everything is getting chopped inside of here, like everything. And what's awesome about this is that all of this, except for, well, this chopper and this oval, this little oval here, is all part of our kit. So you can get it all for one low price. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this that's a bowl, which is another one of my favorites. And because I love having my kids in the kitchen helping me out, and they can hold on to this little handle on the side, and I don't have to worry about the food flying all over the place. I mean, it's gonna fly, but it's not gonna fly as much. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put, I should probably, actually, let's go ahead and lift this up just a little bit more. And then we will put it in our bowl. All right. All right, so, but you know, one of my favorite things to do for parties are kitchen organizing parties. So if you feel that your kitchen needs a little bit of organization to it, you know, now it's a great time to schedule your own party if you haven't done one yet, or if you are hosting your own party, now is a great time to get your kitchen organized, because just like how Pam was talking about having half offs, you could get the entire set of modular mates half off. And that right there is a great deal. So I am going to go ahead and just mix all of this up really nicely. All right, and it will become a like a ball. All right, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator, because you want to let it cool. And the reason you want to let it cool is because we're making these into balls. And the balls, they will not stay their form if you are just, if you just put it in just like this, because it's too warm. And so they'll get nice, they'll flatten out. And so that is one pretty key important tip right there, is yes, you need to refrigerate your dough so that it will get nice and hard, so that when you are ready to stick this in the oven, and we are putting it, you're going to bake it at 350 for like 10. My oven is only 10 minutes, but you might do 10 to 13 minutes. All right, and we're doing it on our silicone mat. What I love about this mat is it actually has little circles on it already, and our little scooper, it fits perfect on those, so you can have your little cookie balls all in place. All right, so I am going to go ahead and finish mixing this up in a little bit, but I want to show you and tell you about these modular mates. All right, so these are awesome. So they do have little tabs on them, so they make it easy to open from either end, and they have no you can't, they're airtight, liquid tight, so nothing is going to get in. If you have, have you ever noticed like maybe little bugs in your flour? Well, you don't have to worry about those bugs in your flour anymore, because well, if there is any, they're going to go up to the top there and they're going to just die. So then you can just get them out. They're not going to live in your flour anymore. All right. That's kind of gross, huh? Yeah. So don't do that, but take them home, and they like the glue on the bags and on the boxes. And so you want to definitely take home your products and put them in your modular mates so that they stay fresher, and you don't have to worry about bugs. And also you get organized. This set right here, it fits my entire cupboard, and I don't have to worry about a dead space behind it because it goes in, and there is no dead space. And so, and the bottom, this is a rectangle 4, it holds a 4-pound or 4-pound, a 10-pound bag of flour. And the powdered sugar, that holds about 10 pounds of, well, it's not 10 pounds, but it's 2 bags. I think that's 4 pounds, 4 pounds of powdered sugar. And I do have my sea salt up here. I love our Himalayan pink salt. It's really good for you. But anyway, once you have all that in there, I took a little bit of that powdered sugar and I put it in another bowl. So this bowl is also part of our kit, just like that's a bowl. And in here is my powdered sugar. All right. And in here are my cookies that I made earlier. Isn't this pretty? Isn't this beautiful? I absolutely love our Clearly Elegant line. And this is our serving dish, all right, for the Clearly Elegant. It does fit a whole pie in here too. But look at how beautiful that is. Taking this, it's not glass. It looks like glass, but it's not. It's still a hard plastic, and it's very safe for you, safe for your food. And what you do after you bake them, as soon as they come out and they're still warm, you're going to roll them in some powdered sugar. So that's why I already have some powdered sugar in here. And I just added a little bit more. But then you're going to roll them in your powdered sugar again before you serve them. And then you will have a beautiful and delicious, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Can you see it? It's kind of bright, huh? All that powdered sugar on there. But pecan melt, and they're called that, I think, because they literally melt in your mouth. So yummy. And how fun would this set be to make some yummy cookies or something else yummy? What is your favorite holiday treat? Let us know in the chat. All right, thanks guys. Back to you, Pam.
Actually, we're going to go back to Ellen. Are you ready, Ellen?
I am totally ready. This was perfect timing. All right, so this, it reduced down, right? Look at that. It's perfect. There's so much flavor in there, and it's totally reduced down, which is exactly what I wanted. Because I like my sauce thick. Like I like a thick sauce. All right, so I'm going to use our little ladle, and I'm just going to put this right into our chopper. I'm just going to put some of it, not all of it. I'll keep chopping it up. So I put this right back into that chopper, right? So it chops the hard stuff, chops soft stuff, chops anything. All right. So I'm going to put the top on this, and I'm going to pull. And it's going to make it into an amazing puree. Oh, I forgot to mention, take that bay leaf out. You don't want that, okay? So make sure you take that bay leaf out. All right, so look at that. It's a wonderful sort of like chunky puree. It's so tasty. It smells absolutely delicious. All right, so like I had mentioned, you can make this no carb or low carb, and you can do it with using a spiralizer to get zoodles, right? And zoodles, they're so expensive. It's ridiculous how expensive they are at the store when it costs like 79 cents for this, right? And I can put it right inside here. So the way this works, this is a little spike thing, and you're going to kind of spike the end of this, and then you're going to put it right down in there. There are blades down in there. I've already kind of used it. So there are blades down in there. I'm going to try and do it. I'm right-handed, and so it's my hand's kind of blocking. So I'm going to try not to let it block. Let me get my bowl over here. All right. And so let's see if I can do it without blocking. All right. And you can see it coming right out the bottom there. Look how quick and easy that is. And if you don't have a big kitchen, this is a really small gadget. So easy to use. I better watch what I'm doing. I shouldn't be looking at you. So easy to use, right? So good. Easy. It's so great. I love it, right? And so I already have some done. I don't want to waste any time here. So I already have some done. I have them in here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put some of the zoodles on there. So here's something I like to do, right? Because sometimes you just need, you need some carbs. They're actually really good for you. All right. And so I like to do a mix. I like to do a mix of my regular noodles and my zoodles. So I still have that sort of like home taste, right? And I can still have that. And I just put that right over top of there. And then I put my sauce right on top. And look at that. So good. It's so good. Now, if you want this to be vegan, use the zoodles. And if you want this to be vegan, you can use like a nutritional yeast on top instead of Parmesan cheese or whatever. I'm gluten-free, so I use these gluten-free noodles, and it's just a tip because it took me forever trying a lot of really gross, disgusting noodles, and I finally gave up for years until I found this brand. It's amazing. So that is the brand to use if you are gluten-free. Super tasty. But that's it. Super easy. So I'm going to send it back over to Pam so she can finish up.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. Great job. That looks really tasty. All right. And Joe, we need to know how many guests we have on right now.
Hi, everyone. We have 24, Pam.
All right. 24. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 24. Hey, Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 24.
Here's a number between 1 and 24. It's 23.
23.
23 is Cynthia with Debbie Morris.
All right, Cynthia with Debbie Morris, you're a lucky winner tonight. Make sure Debbie and I get your information. You'll find me under Pamela Matheny Clift. And so it's easy because I put that maiden name in there, all right? It makes it a whole lot easier to make sure you find Pamela Matheny Clift, all right? And so as you're looking over all the fun stuff tonight, I hope you had a great time, and I hope you leave with a couple of recipes and a couple ideas that you want to make for your family. And I also hope that you get excited about what 2022 could have for you. We will be doing a cooking show next week. Next week we have Ellen and Loretta. Both are cooking next week. And then the week after, which is kind of like between Christmas and New Year, we will be doing a charcuterie board and fun drinks to have while you're making the charcuterie board and while you're eating the charcuterie board. So you've got to have a before, a during, and after, right? And so we're going to have a lot of fun with our next 2 cooking shows. So you want to be part of it, and you definitely want to host during that time because everybody is, yes, so busy, but they love taking away a little bit of time to sit down for a cooking show. And you know what else they love doing? Realizing what they need in their kitchen right now during this busy time to add to their kitchen, because my goodness, it's really easy to see what you need more of when you really are busy in your kitchen anyways, and you realize I need more storage for this, I need more of this, or I need another spatula, or I need that, whatever the case may be. So mine is not out of the oven yet. So I will have to snap a picture of it and put it out there for you, and I can do that in just a little bit. I want to thank you for being here, and we need to do one more guest drawing and a host drawing, and so we can give away more free Tupperware. And so how many hosts do we have on right now, Jessica?
8.
8 hosts. That is awesome. And so we have 8 hosts and we had 24 guests. That means we have 16 guests on and 8 hosts.
We have 17. We just had another guest comment.
All right. Okay, so we have Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 17.
Here's a number between 1 and 17. It's 11.
11.
11 is Ariel with Mallory Bowles.
All right, Ariel, congratulations. You are the next winner for free Tupperware. Make sure I get your information so I can send out free Tupperware for you. And congratulations. And so our host winner, who gets the most out of all of the free Tupperware we send out, we are looking for you right now. And so Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 8.
Here's a number between 1 and 8. It's 6.
6. Jessica.
Number 6 is Taylor with Terry Ruffino.
Taylor with Terry Ruffino. You're the grand prize winner on those trolleys. Congratulations. How fun. We are excited to have you win, and we can't wait till next week when we get to have more winners and more fun on Cooking with Tupperware and Champions. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.